Welcome, everybody, to In the Huddle with Scom and Slump, episode 5. We're going to be talking about Ultimate Legends, a little bit of the end of MUT15, and what we expect the card art to look like a little bit next year. We're going to start off basically with this past weekend. We had Ultimate Legend collection of Kurt Warner come out. We had the Ultimate Legend Sean Taylor. And we had the sweetness himself, Ultimate Legend Walter Payton, which our man himself, Slump, went up against in two very, very inspiring games I heard about. Slump, welcome to the show today, and tell everybody how your experience went against the sweetness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for watching, you guys. I did have the pleasure of going against Walter Payton, the Ultimate Legend of Walter Payton, and I've got to tell you guys, that card is unstoppable. I played against another streamer, a very popular guy called Sniper Boy. He has that Ultimate Legends Walter Payton card on his team, along with Tweezy's card, the Donald Penn, those golden ticket Donald Penn cards, and I got ran all over. I was able to come away with the wins in very, very high-scoring games, but between these games, Walter Payton had probably 700 to 800 yards rushing in just 2 games against me. I was running, like, I knew exactly what play was coming, and I was running the defense to stop it. And Walter Payton was just running over me for touchdowns just time after time. I could not stop that card. And as soon as I went against it, I was like, I want that card. How do I get it? So I hopped on the auction block, and lo and behold, it's just way out of my price range. But if you guys have the coins, if you guys are MUT millionaires and you want a great running back, probably the best running back in the game, that Ultimate Legend Walter Payton card, unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Now, I wonder if E-Rock is really thinking the same thing about the Kurt Warner card. Because I know that he's really, really happy and excited about the Cardinals uniform. And I think in E-Rock's mind, the uniform gave him that hidden stat that everyone's looking for. And he was really, really excited about that. So maybe we'll have to get a little more feedback on how he's liking that Kurt Warner. But I wonder if he's up there to the level of that Walter Payton. I mean,
I bet that E-Rock is loving that card. And here's why. I've said it since day one. I run a 97 team MVP, Paul Postlesny, on my team because he's my favorite player in real life. And your favorite player in real life plays better for you in Madden. It's a real thing. So like my 97 overall team MVP is going to play better for me on my squad than probably anybody else out there that's not a Jaguars fan that's rooting that hard for Paul Postlesny. I don't know what it is, but I promise you it is the truth. My 97 team MVP, Paul Postlesny, plays like he's a 99 overall golden ticket card with max stats in every... I even play him at tight end. That's how much I love this card. So I guarantee that E-Rock, running that Kurt Warner card with the Cardinals uniforms on, has got to be loving it. He's got to be loving it.
I mean, I always love running around with Lawrence Taylor, but no one ever called him a scrub, so...
How do you feel about that Kurt Warner card? I mean, like, you're not stoked about that. I mean, you're not stoked about it, but like that's not your favorite thing, is that he's running in a Cardinals uniform.
Well,
do you like that card, or like, do you think like just tell us your thoughts?
Basically, I think we have the exact same idea behind this, and you get a little more fired up about it than I do, but the whole thing goes behind is when you're playing Madden and you're playing a video game, no matter how good some stats are, there are some big crutches. And the big crutch within Madden is definitely going to be speed. And I'm a diehard New York Giants fan, and I would love to be running around with that Super Bowl Eli Manning. But at 45 speed, and I might be giving him a few points, I don't think he's going to be moving around too well. And unfortunately, that just does not work. So, you know, Kurt Warner card comes out, you know, they show that teaser, they give you that little box that shows you what the stats are going to be. You're like, okay, let's figure out what position this is going to be. You see throw power, and you go, okay, you're looking for his key stats. Is it catching? No, it's throw power. And then your eyes go right back to the speed. You're like, wait a second, 65? Nah, and you just move on.
Yeah, and there's a reason that everybody in Ultimate Team is running with those Cam Newton cards and those Vic cards. And it's not because Cam Newton and Vic are everybody's favorite players. It's simply because they're great at passing the ball. So even if you want to run a pocket scheme and you want to just stand in the pocket and like throw dots all over the place and pick apart a defense, you can do that with Cam Newton. You can do that with Vic. But you also don't have to worry about if somebody's sending heavy heat and you have to get away from it somehow. You have that option to run away from those blitzes by having a more mobile quarterback. So there's really no reason not to have mobility, and like because like you still have all of the same like qualities. Like you can still throw the ball all over the field, but if you're running as a pocket passer, you can't get away from a lot of the stuff. So it's like a dimension of your game that there's no reason not to include. So like that's how I feel about mobility in Madden. I mean, like in real life, I'd much rather have a pocket passer simply because I feel like they usually stay healthy longer. But in Madden, I'll take that mobility all day, and I will run all over the place. I'm more of a mobile quarterback guy, regardless, because I just like to run around, and like because I feel like I'm making plays if I'm able to like juke people with a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Even if I was a pocket passer, I'd still want to have that mobility as an option. So even if I was just going to stand in the pocket, I never planned on using the speed, I'd still like to have the speed as an option, just in case.
Well, maybe we can convince E-Rock to put a little gameplay footage together. He does have the Sean Taylor, so maybe we can put some highlights together, some Sean Taylor, land some big hits, and maybe Kurt Warner's got hidden agility that just makes him sneaky quick that E-Rock can show us. We already do have a nice video upload on the MUT Crew website. We'll put a link for that in below on the Sweetness. We got the gameplay footage actually from Ropey, so big shout out to him. Thank him for letting us use that gameplay footage. So you should be able to see a lot of good runs from Walter Payton from that, and hopefully we can get you something from Kurt Warner and from Sean Taylor. But next week is gonna be the last week of the collections.
Yep. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Billy is putting out these teaser tweets, you guys. And so this is what he said. Hold on, I've got it pulled up right here. He said, "You guys got to understand that if we make the collection guys awesome, they'll be worth nothing. But okay, next weekend, I got you." So that is a quote directly from the man himself that is in charge of making those cards that you guys want to hear, or that you guys want to see. So that's kind of a teaser. I'm kind of expecting some sort of ultimate, it's like some sort of totally like bizarrely, ridiculously good collection card that everybody's going to be able to get their hands on. What's that going to do to the auction block? Why don't they do that all year?
Well, good question you asked. Good question. Economics has definitely taught me that the more of something in the market, the cheaper that it is. So I'm guessing that everyone's going to do this collection, and that everyone will start selling it, and you'll see 1 page, then 2 pages, then 3 pages, and as you see the amount of pages of the cards, you will see the price go down. It will not signify that the card is not good. It will just signify that there are a lot of them, and unfortunately that will then cause either a lot of overpowering people to have it in head-to-head, or really, really decline in the price of the card on the market.
And do you think that that's a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, like a lot of people complain that they can't get these overpowered cards because they're too expensive on the block, or they don't have all the cards that complete the collections, and they can't pull packs. So do you think it's a good thing to give people these cards that, like, they're overpowered, but yeah, you're going to see everybody running with it? So do you think it's good that there's going to be a cheap, overpowered card on the market, or would you rather see it like only the people that pour all the time or all the money into the game get those top tier cards?
I think that goes back to what we were talking about last episode with the progression of the game. I think it's definitely a time and a place. I mean, we're literally almost to the last few weeks of the lifespan of the game before we're literally on to the next game. So at this point in time, you do want to be able to give full value of a game experience to everyone that has the game. Even for all those people that might still be playing 25 when MUT15 comes out, I know there's plenty of kids, I'm sure, the 15, 16, 17-year-olds that don't have the $50, $60 to drop on day one, that they are still going to continue to play 25, that there isn't going to be any new content or anything for them. So what they can do for those customers is make those availability of those cards easier. Because it might not be, don't need new content from them. You just need to make it accessible to them.
Yeah.
If they make that accessible, make that content more accessible to it, then extend that lifespan of the game even for the rest of those people that didn't get to enjoy those cards. That didn't get to have, every Ultimate Legend and so forth through the league. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's something that I totally agree with you on. And even for the people that aren't going to move on to... People ask me all the time if I'm going to move on to Madden 15. You guys, I'm just going to clear this up right here. I will be moving on to Madden 15 the day that it drops. I will not be looking back to Madden 25. As soon as Madden 15 is out, I'm moving on. I'll probably give away my entire team to you people that are still going to be playing Madden 25. Because I'm excited about the journey. You guys, Madden 15 drops, I get to start a brand new, no money spent journey, trying to take my team from the gutter to the number 3 in the world, and I'm actually shooting for number 1 next year.
I'm going to pause you right there. Can we hold up right there? And we're going to add into this testimony, though. You're going to have it on day 1. You're going to be no money spent, which I can appreciate. But you're gonna rip packs.
I
You're
might
gonna rip packs, sir.
Those pro packs, I might open 1 a week just so that Scom will stop yelling at me. But I really don't want to open those packs. I'm gonna build my team up from the ground. I'm gonna do it with my strategy. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it, and we're all gonna have a lot of fun being team no money spent, trying to fight and claw our ways to the top of the leaderboards. Where Scom's gonna be sitting at number 1, saying you should have pulled packs. You should have pulled packs.
Well, let's have this agreement that if everything goes smoothly, your new adoption of collections comes through, and the amount of gameplay and time that you put in, that we all know that you put into the game, should equal to a quite hefty coin stack for you next year, sir. So let's just understand that. If the question is Sir Slump, if you do have enough coins, sir, will you rip packs?
It depends, because you know me, players over packs all day, every day. So if there's a player that I have my eye on, and my choice is I can spend the coins hoping to pull him in a pack, or I can spend the coins definitely getting him off of the auction block and putting him on my team right now, I'm going to choose the player every time. But if I have extra coins sitting around and a big fat MUT wallet and I have no idea what to do with it, then Scom, I may pull 1 pack a week.
We're going to work on that. I mean, sometimes he wants that new card. Like right now, he wants that Walter Payton. He doesn't have enough coins. But you know what? You could rip it back and get him.
I don't think so. I think I'd rather just save up until he goes into my price range. We'll see. Next year's different. It's a new thing. I really have no idea how I'm going to play the next iteration of the game. When it comes out, the only thing I know for sure is that I'm not going to spend any money. So if the best strategy for me to get the cards that I want and to have the coins lying around to be able to do the giveaways for you guys that I want to do next year, then if the best thing is to spend all my coins on packs, hoping to pull the best cards or to get the cards that I need for whatever reasons, then that's how I'm gonna play the game, you guys. It's not set in stone that I'm never gonna open packs. It is set in stone that I'm never gonna spend money. You guys, I am team no money spent, and I'll be that from now until forever.
Now until forever, he says. All right. Well, either way, he gets the job done because now he's number 3 on the leaderboard. So congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, just the last time we talked, I was number 4. Next time we talk, who knows?
If you start IP booting, you might be #1 soon.
Yeah, that's you know what? Start IP booting Scum strategy, guys. You heard it straight from Scum himself. IP boot your way to the top.
All right, so we've pretty much we've talked about what came out last weekend. We've talked about what might come out this next weekend, and we are getting to the end of MUT. And
Yes.
the one little tidbit of information that we got, and some things that we might be privy of, is they have released information that the MUT15 graphic art is coming together. And quote unquote from Leo, it's looking fresh.
Looking fresh. I'm pretty excited about that. You know, to be totally honest, the card art is something that always intrigues me, you know, and like I see people on Twitter too, like making the card art of themselves, or like you have one of Bam, and that's really cool. And like I just think that card art is something that really interests me. I think that it might be because my wife does graphic design, so it's just something that like I'm just kind of like, you know, privy to and kind of like interested in. But I'm excited to see what the cards look like next year.
Well, I mean, obviously we can't say, but you did get to see some basic.
Yeah, I got a glimpse.
Of some things. I mean, were you excited? Were you like, oh?
Oh my gosh, yes. It looks amazing. Like what I saw, which was an early iteration of like it could have been a decoy, you know? Like we really don't know what they're showing us down there, but the stuff that we saw, wow. That's all I have to say about that. I'm excited about it. You guys are gonna love it too next year.
Oh yeah, it is definitely great card art. They've come a long way. They put a lot of work into it. I know they put a lot of hours into it. But one thing that people definitely have to understand, making one card and being able to display one card at a time and being able to put that effort into the one card and have it display is a lot easier than having to do a whole portfolio of cards and have all those cards display correctly across multiple consoles at the same time. So that's why a lot of these cards don't have as many layers as some of the Chases and the Flurpies and some of these other guys that are making some really, really good graphic art. Yes, of course, we would love to be able to see some really good art. And I can tell you from the sheer point of talking to the people there that they want incredible card art. They want graphic improvements. They want your pack opening experience to be the best pack opening experience compared to any other game. They want people that, like me, like I really collected baseball cards and football cards and basketball cards. I remember the die cuts and the holograms and like all those cool things. And I mean, that's what I want MUT cards to get to. I don't think we're going to be there next year. Next year is definitely going to be an improvement, but they definitely want to get to that visual effect to where your card is standing out and where you're going to be able to have that significant notoriety of your card throughout the game and not just in one screen.
Yeah, and that's something too that I think that a lot of people don't realize how hard EA works at making gradual improvements. I mean, because that's what it's really all about, is making each iteration of the game noticeably better than the previous version. I think that they've been doing a great job with that. I mean, I've been playing Madden since like 1995, and I can't remember an edition coming out where I was like, oh my gosh, I totally prefer the previous version. I've always been most excited about the newest game out. I never I never buy a new Madden and I'm like, nope, and I send it back and go start playing the old Madden again, because there's always those gradual improvements. There's always something new that they add. There's always something new to learn, and it's just it seems like they're doing a great job, just from what I know about making sure that this year everything about the game is going to be like they are taking the community's concerns about the game, and they're making sure to incorporate all of that into this game to improve the game based on what the community wants. Because like they've done the stuff that they want, like, you know, the graphics are better. They added like all these different things, like in Madden 25, or like I don't know when it first came out, but like the hit stick, and like remember they did the vision cone and nobody liked that, so they got rid of that. And then like I mean they're listening to the community and they're making the game better. every single year, and this year is no exception. Based on what I know about this game, I'm more excited about it than any Madden that I've ever been excited for previously.
Yeah, once I was there and the improvements that I saw, I've been to other beta tests and other games, and I'm like, oh, there's some good improvements. This looks good and stuff like that. I mean, I had a little more of an experience than you did that first time, and I literally was blown away. I was literally a kid in a candy store, like, freaking out. And like I was telling people on Twitter today, like, I really hope they show nothing at E3. And it has nothing to do with that don't want people to see it or anything like that. It's just, I don't think that people should experience the change and the greatness through an E3 experience by someone not a MUT player telling them their experience about it. Their experience for this change needs to be from a MUT player, from a stream, from someone that plays it, that has it early, or from them opening it up, putting it in their Xbox at home their first time, and then just being, holy cow, I'm not playing anything else.
Yeah. If you guys are interested, by the way, which you should be, E3, the Madden conference is going to be at noon on Monday, June 9th. So that's this Monday coming up. Scom and I are definitely going to have a lot to talk about. All the stuff that they talk about on E3, we're definitely going to talk to you guys about that next week on In the Huddle. But what do you expect to hear? I know you don't want to hear anything, but what do you expect them to talk about? I mean, are Madden's not necessarily known for MUTs. Are they going to talk about MUT? Are they going to talk about just gameplay? Are they going to talk about improvements or graphics? Or are they going to talk more about True Step? Oh my gosh, True Step.
I think they're going to talk about actual graphical and AI improvements. I think they're going to talk about how this is going to be the first game that they've made actually on the platform for the next generation consoles. I think that they're going to showcase really, really, really good movements. I think they're going to showcase big hits, new animations, the standard things that they show, but just the next steps. I think they're going to want to showcase how the game compares on the next gen and what they've done to develop it on the next gen. I think is going to be their target.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm excited to hear more about. Just because I know about what a big difference it is. If you guys are still playing on the 360 or the PS3 and you haven't had a chance to experience how different the gameplay is on these next-gen consoles, I guess it's like a brand new game. When I first made the switch, I had to basically relearn how to use your control. Everybody on offense, on defense, even on kick returns, you can't turn as well because the momentum carries you. And there are things that you can do on the 360. That once you go to the next gen and you see how much more realistic the movement is, when you go back and play, it seems really arcadey, I guess. So I'm really excited to see, now that they've had a chance to sit down and actually develop the game for next gen, how different the controls are going to be from this, how different the movement is going to be from this year to next year. Because I think that it's going to be a vast improvement. And that's something I'm looking forward to, and something that I hope they talk about at E3, because it's not really spoiling anything about the game. It's just something, we know they're working on the game, we know they're improving it, so that's something that I can expect and that I hope that they talk about.
I don't think anyone's working on the game. I think they just sit around and play ping pong all day at work. I hope you're watching, Billy. Well, I think that's about everything for today. Thank you very much once again for tuning in. Next week we are going to be talking about some E3 stuff. Hopefully whatever they release, that will then give us the ability to talk about more things that we know, because as it becomes public knowledge, more things we are allowed to discuss that aren't under our NDA. So hopefully more things that they talk about, we can give you more of our opinions on it. And until then, Scom, Slump, we're out.
Bye.